I messed up. I went to upload the video and I realized that the sound wasn't coming out through the mixer. So the sound that you're hearing on the video is from the microphone of the laptop, unfortunately. So the video doesn't sound as good, but it was still a fun video. I hope everybody enjoys it. Let's see what happens. All right, we're back. Welcome to episode 4.
I don't know, to be honest.
Right, episode 4.
I don't really know.
This is a special one. This is a really cool one because a few things. This is a little like Christmas special for us. We have a mukbang going on. It's a mukbang kind of style podcast. You don't know what a mukbang is, Chris?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my!
Go on Urban Dictionary.
Chris, mukbang is like what everybody does now. They eat and they talk and they have a conversation. That's a mukbang.
That's called dinner.
Well, being recorded. That's what makes it a mukbang.
That's called dinner being recorded. Like I don't get
it.
But
what's super special about this is that we have our first guest, none other than my beautiful wife, Brielle. Hey. Welcome, baby.
Hi, guys.
Are you excited?
Honored. I'm so honored to be your first guest. Oh.
Malfunction.
Yes, I'm so honored to be your first guest.
I'm
so
super
proud
happy
of you guys and your podcast. And they asked me what I wanted to do if I were to come on the podcast, and I was like, we should do a mukbang.
I was like, well, I didn't know. You said Korean barbecue, and I was game.
We should throw some meat on that grill.
Yeah, we will. And with each, with each guest, what we wanted to do is, like we spoke at the first podcast that we had, is we wanted the guests to bring the topic, because I feel like it's cool to have them have something that they're interested in talking about. Also, you'll probably hear the cooking of the meat and everything in the podcast, which is fine. So, baby, tell us what we're going to be talking about today.
So today, what I wanted to talk about was something that we talk about often in our friend group, I feel like, and I wanted to discuss conspiracy theories. Because they bring out good conversation, and you getting to see like what people believe and what people don't believe is interesting. Mm-hmm. And like, you judge me for some of the ones that I believe, because I believe some.
Wait, do you really judge her?
Judges are hard.
Chris doesn't ever judge me.
I'm just like, well, you know what? Aliens, why not?
No, because it's like, I don't know. It's not, okay.
Why is the meat not sizzling?
Maybe because we gotta bring the temperature.
Well,
I don't really know.
This is getting a lot hotter, a lot faster than this is.
The soup?
Yeah. You
gotta pay attention to the soup. Because some things are probably cooked, like my tofu, the beef.
No,
this is gonna be really.
Oh, this is gonna be messy.
Handle.
This is great, though. This is great.
I'll keep you in check.
It's helping my multitasking abilities, which are almost non-existent.
But anyway, so what I was saying is that it's not that I judge her. It's not that I judge her. It's that this wild, some of the ones that she says, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's real or not.
But I don't believe the wild one.
But that's
like,
not defining wild. Like,
that, I was just gonna define it.
Come on.
My microphone.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So a wild one for me is people saying that landing on the moon was a conspiracy, and that we really didn't
get a little bit closer,
land on the moon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the dumpling is like this.
It's falling apart. I was looking at it. I was like, we didn't put noodles in there.
It's not gonna be conspiracy theories. It's gonna be us burning meat, burning everything. All right.
This is
so the landing of the moon. Okay. So
some people say that's fake.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think it's fake?
No.
How do you know though? Like, that's the thing about conspiracy theories. It's like you really can't really assess what is that outlandish or not.
Yeah, no, it's just what you believe.
Not just that. It's like let's bring everything kind of to real life. conspiracy theories are now dubbed as misinformation. What was once as a conspiracy theory is now all of a sudden known as truth. And I'm not going to mention anything, but that's why it's so difficult to draw that line. It's like, what if we really didn't, What if it was all a lie? What if we're living in the flat Earth?
And that makes me nervous too.
What if we're living on a flat Earth? Think about it. Everything you know is a lie. We're in the Matrix.
Like everything, imagine everything you thought was a lie. And what if we didn't land on the moon? We're losing broth.
We
She
knew
is
this.
so concerned about the broth. Stop worrying about the broth.
Just put water in there. We're good. We'll boil
we're
shrimp
chilling,
if we have to. We'll shrimp boil.
So wait, so do you guys believe in the moon landing?
Yes, I do. I think.
I think. Listen.
I think that what was the lie for? Like, why lie about that?
Well, there's
Just
plenty
to
of
say
people.
we did it?
Yeah, there's plenty of people that would say that we were basically, and we're still kind of in a pseudo war with other countries. So Russia, China, things like that. I hate to get into geopolitics, but that's the case. So it was in their best interest to just look good. Maybe. I know that thing fell apart. You're eating noodles with filling.
Bro, I'm trying to be cool here,
Is it
pretending that I know how to handle sticks, but
how to handle chopsticks.
we can share this with you.
But yeah, it's like that's
Okay.
the main reason why people actually believe that it was fake. Like one of the main reasons that it's like
Just
the
to say
US,
we did it first.
just to say we did it first, so we look good on the world stage.
Mm.
So it's like, now if you put it that way, it's like, is it that hard to believe? I mean, that's one of the easier ones to kind of find evidence for and against.
Okay, but here's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Why has it taken us so much longer to land there again?
Well, I hear it's just because it's cost so much money.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the money.
So
Well, money, and it's
could
also
just be going there whenever.
remember there's this concept in I hate to get into again just logistics of things, but there's the concepts of economies, growing economies, and all that fun stuff, and the study of economic cycles, big powers, and whatnot. At that point in time, the U.S. was very much still a very big superpower. Very much. The rest of the world kind of paled in comparison, for lack of a better term. So, with that being said, they were on the top of the pyramid in terms of spending money and innovation and their citizens and stuff like that. So they could afford to throw money at these things just to basically R&D.
We're gonna hear ticks.
Microphones.
Listen, this is gonna be. We're trying something new, right? Because it was gonna be. We thought it was gonna be fun just to have a mukbang.
It is fun.
It is fun.
I'm
just saying, the noises and everything.
I'm
if they're
fine with
bothersome
it.
to anybody.
I'm completely no. It shouldn't be bothered. My ASMR should not bother me.
Have you seen those pictures of it's like a set, and that's what the moon landing was, like a movie set.
I've seen that.
Totally.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen it, and some people say, "Oh, look, it's proof." Some other people are like, "Oh, well, must have been manufactured or something like that to be." It's hard to tell.
Well, I don't know much about how expensive things are, but isn't it as expensive to create all these rockets and things that Elon Musk has been making to compare
Yeah, but
to?
that's the
That's
private
Elon
industry
Musk.
versus government.
NASA.
Yeah, it's like.
But why isn't Elon Musk interested in? Is he interested in landing in the moon?
There probably is no profit. There's no real motivation to land. What there is motivation for is, for example, the rockets that he's launched. There's motivation for a reusable platform, something that's not going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why NASA and all the space missions kind of are upside down, and they're kind of just there. They're not really doing anything at the moment. Nothing revolutionary, and it's because it's too expensive to send stuff up there. It's too expensive, and then once you send stuff up, well, it's up there for good. There's space trash everywhere.
Yeah.
And then on top of that is let's say for example the nice white shuttle that everyone knows, right, in space.
Mm-hmm.
Once it comes back, it's it might be reusable, but things have to be repaired. and then those systems have to be maintained, and there's specific engineers and manuals and all this stuff that goes into it. So no market for that stuff at the moment. Too expensive, too much. But there is a market for reusable rockets. That I do believe in. If we can send something up and then have something re-land.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Saves a lot of money, right?
You can start relaunching different types of components, satellites. You can launch as many things as you want, as long as you can still reuse that particular rocket.
Okay.
So it's like reusability kind
Can you
of.
napkin?
Keep going. One more grab napkin.
Sounds good to me. But it's like, I don't know. I think. Oh, there go the headphones. I'm just kidding. I think that one day we'll probably see that again, but I don't know if in our lifetime we will. Does that sound bad?
A moon landing?
Does that sound pessimistic?
No, it's realistic. No, I
Yeah.
think we'll have one moon landing in
You
our
think we'll
lifetime.
have one
Yeah.
more moon landing in our lifetime?
Please, we're so young.
True.
They're telling me they're not gonna land on the moon in another.
I mean, they're talking about
50
Mars and
years.
stuff now, and like, I don't even know. By whatever year. There's a bunch of articles online stating, oh, we're gonna get there by 2035. I'm like, yeah, in what world? We still gotta perfect certain technologies and stuff, so I don't know. Mars is another one where it's like, aliens.
I think the steak is done.
Whoops.
Yeah, I was taking some out. That one is probably not cooked over there. This little one. Okay, so then that's one thing that I don't know. I still it's difficult, right? Because for me, what happens with conspiracy theories is, for me at least, in my opinion, is that a lot of them I feel like are attached to things with the government and like politics, and I don't follow politics like that, so it's hard for me to have an opinion.
Another one is like, that's kind of like another one. It's like there's just one group of super mega powerful people that are basically controlling everything that happens.
Oh, hell the fuck. I mean, whoops. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little more kid friendly here.
Oh, that's fine.
But seriously, it's like, I always tell people, especially the people that are like, oh, well, our government, and they're way too involved in politics, and it kind of basically intervenes into every other aspect of their life. I always tell them, I'm like, think about it. In the grand scheme of things, I hate to sound like a pessimist, but you are nothing. You know, there's people that are there's people that are dealing with. Think about it. It's like, who is our president talking to? Who are the high Saudis talking to? The guys that are high up there. They're only talking to other people that rule governments or other people. That's all they're talking to. So of course there's people at the top that are like, well, we should do this, we should do that. This is the main reason why I always told people it's COVID, and the concept of everything that started happening during COVID was scary. Not necessarily on the end of people getting sick, but I tell people, I'm like, the fact that you can kind of be controlled. People are controlled. So yeah, hell yeah. Well, I don't know if there's like I don't know, like a board of 7 people. I don't really know. I can't put a tangible number, but you know, one could reasonably assume that there has to be something like that. Well, yeah, the World Economic Forum, blah blah blah, United Nations. Yeah, but no, I'm talking about closed doors, right? That's what you're talking about. Closed doors, no official forum. No. Yeah, I think there has to be something like that out there. Like, there's no way.
I think the problem with conspiracy theories, though, is that, like, now some people think that everything is a conspiracy, and it's like everything can't be a conspiracy. Like, literally everything. And not to get too deep about it, but the pandemic, every shooting,
oh my god,
just like everything that happens is a conspiracy. And sometimes like just bad things happen. It's not a conspiracy. So that's like the negatives, I would say, is like even indulging in some of these theories, because it's like,
well, I mean, what the important thing is to know, right, is that we're not doing like anything that we say or anything like that. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings, or to be, you know, we try to be
to
cautious
be inflammatory or anything of that nature. I mean, I don't.
But it becomes a very gray line, because when is it gray line is
the gray area.
Gray area when you start talking about certain things that have impacted other families and
of
and
course.
things like that. So you have to be careful. But listen, oh my God, first of all, I'm so bad with remembering things. We've spoken about this. I had forgotten before to shout out Edgar for our logo, but I also now want to give a huge shout out to Gilbert, Brielle's dad, for making these mugs with our logo in it, which are super
cool?
dope.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Thanks, Gilbert, and I
Thanks,
also
Dad.
want to
Thank you,
give a
Gilbert.
huge shout out to Manny, which is now our editor.
Pretty much.
Super thankful for his help. Just came out of the kindness of his heart to decide to help us out, which is much appreciated. We owe you a dinner.
Yes. we definitely do.
We're gonna take you out somewhere. We gotta figure that out. But going back into, I guess, more conspiracy theories. What is another something else that you wanted to talk about? Another topic.
Flat Earth. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh God, let's.
The Earth is not flat.
No, it's not.
Period.
No, it's not. I mean,
Chris.
Brielle, you know I play devil's advocate. But Brielle, what if it's flat?
It can't be. Because, like, just the way that, like, because, like, when you see, like, satellite pictures and everything like that, like, we can't be flat. We're like a
The flat
sphere.
earthers will say they edited all of those.
That's you see what I mean? Now everything's a conspiracy. Now those pictures are edited and nothing is real.
That's
And they
People
go
just
and
willfully-
what? Who are these people that are controlling the world? And why are they doing all of this? Why are they pretending we're going to space? And why are they?
no, but why would but why are you talking about the
Dumpling.
conspiracy theories together? You just literally give me a little.
Also, we
I'm like, wait, there's people that are controlling.
but we're
No,
talking
no,
about
flat Earth,
we're
flat
on
Earth.
the flat Earth. Yeah.
I think
So they're
the Earth is
controlling the.
round.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
What if,
But
what
again,
if
like
we
you
all-
said,
I
what do we
walk
know?
on flat ground. I'm just kidding.
What do we know? But I feel like if there was a tipping point like that, wouldn't we have found a tipping point, like the literal end of
Well,
Earth?
don't they say that those like tipping points we can't?
Oh, we're like
we
blocked
can't.
off from
Yeah,
traveling that
we
far,
can. There's
like
like an
Antarctica.
something like
Apparently, there's like an ice wall or something like that, like Game of Thrones, that you can't go through.
Wait, can
Something
you
like that?
Can you travel? Can you put your thing to rank
Oh,
to vibrate?
sorry.
It's okay.
It was on vibrate.
Who is that? Oh, that's probably me then.
Oh no, it's the PC going through the mixer.
Oh, yeah.
Noises.
Always lazy.
Wait,
They
what?
didn't hear that, but we do.
No, but I think that there's still a sound going. I think it's my phone, but I don't know where my phone is.
No,
So I forgot what I was gonna say about
The tipping point.
Oh, can you fly from like Hawaii to the east of the world, like Japan or
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to do that if it was flat.
I mean,
Right? 'Cause then
what if you
Hawaii-
can?
Hawaii
What if
will
they're
be
just
the-
flying
the-
in circles.
No,
But
but
what if there's more past Japan?
what? Oh, you're saying that?
What if it's
That's
but
the
no,
cutoff
maybe
point.
that's the cutoff. Japan.
But no, because this is what I'm saying. You can fly from Hawaii, right? You can to Japan. So that means that you're going the opposite way. So it is round. If that was flat, you wouldn't be able to do that, right? Are you guys not getting what I'm saying?
No, I'm
like,
getting
can I
what
get
you're
some,
saying. No, I get it.
right? So
I
doesn't that just like close the
Tastes
I
fun.
the
don't
cake,
know.
right?
I don't know. Well, maybe the earth is flat. I don't know. I should've brought my
Imagine
tinfoil
it
hat.
is. Imagine all of these things are real, and then we all just live and die like.
But
fighting about
but
it.
Rio, come on. Have you not like listened to some of these flat Earth theory things? I hate to
Of
like.
course, I do all the time.
I don't know why they appear on my YouTube feed, but they do.
Because we're looking at them. It's the algorithm.
Bro, there's events that thousands of people go to.
I know, and they built whole models. You have to see these videos. They're crazy. People are so in tune with the lore of flat earthing or flat Earth that they literally build models to scale about what
yeah.
they think that the Earth actually is.
You know what the funniest thing about this? Do you think that the person that created this is just a person that created just for money? It's just to create these big events that people pay for to get in, just to become rich.
Ooh, you see, that is a conspiracy theory I can get behind. For sure. Like
do
the
you
flat
think,
the flat Earth thing is like, all right, I get it, that's far fetched. But someone like just riling up all these flat earthers and
So how do they get money?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
they
because
create
these,
events for flat
these
earthers.
events, right, for the flat earthers, have you seen those big? You have to pay to get.
No,
to
I
get
think
in there,
those
right?
flat earthers just set it up themselves.
What do you mean?
Like
You think
what?
so? You don't think someone just? I mean, I would profit off.
I'm saying that the first person that decided to be like, hey, the Earth is flat, could have possibly been just a businessman, that saw a possibility of something that could potentially make him money, and then just made this fake news that people started believing, and now he profits off of it.
Fake news.
Right?
Maybe. Who knows?
Could be.
Another conspiracy
Another
theory.
conspiracy theory.
We'll never
Everything's a
know.
conspiracy.
All right, baby. So what's another one? What's another one? Let's keep going.
Aliens, bro. Aliens.
Do you believe in aliens, Chris?
I believe in intelligent life out there somewhere.
You
I just-
believe that there's other life besides us out there?
Yeah, I believe it's statistically almost impossible for there not to be. There's so much diversity just like in general on this planet and just in our solar system. Now imagine the universe. So now this is where it gets hairy and gray. Are they like us? Do they exist like us? I don't know.
So do
That's
you-
my question.
So that's the thing. Like, do you
I
think
don't
it's just
know.
like living
Another Earth?
organisms? Because
Another
we
Earth?
have-
Maybe another Earth, or what if it's just like they live like invisible life forms? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, what if they're just completely
Something
beyond
beyond
our scope of understanding? You get what I'm saying? Where it's
Yeah.
like they exist here, but we only exist in this time. Like I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like they're
This
you want
beef
these?
on the skillet. Where's
The
the
skillet.
This beef on the skillet. Now.
Now the
That's
I
my
think-
thing. It's like you think of aliens and you think of like extraterrestrial, like a typical alien. But I wonder, like, if there is, wouldn't it be crazy if there was another planet just like us?
It would be wild. It would change a lot.
Yeah, like just like another humanoid species.
Yeah.
2 legs, 2 arms. Maybe they look a little different.
But if you're a person of faith, wouldn't you not believe in that stuff? Because wouldn't the Bible or your Bible mention that?
Yeah, that's there's some theologists that do justify or do find ways to justify the existence of extraterrestrials, but by and large, most of religion is rejecting the idea of extraterrestrials. We are the God's creation, we're unique, He made us in His image, and then that's it. That's also part of the reason why I tend to think that I think there is, but it's completely out of our scope of understanding. If we were made in the image of God per se, as a lot of religious folks say, then yeah, we might relate to God, we might be like God, right? I mean, no, we are like God, right? In a certain sense or form.
Yeah, we're created in His image.
Yeah, basically. So with that being said, it's like maybe all these other beings are completely outside of our scope of understanding. Something otherworldly, something celestial, something as people may even refer to as spiritual. Like I don't know. So that's why I always tell people, like, we can't just be alone. There's other things that are going on, whether that's aliens, whether that's beings from a different realm, whatever the case may be. There has to be.
Okay, so here's my thought. I don't believe in that.
You don't believe there's aliens?
No. And again, listen, one day it's true, right? Then I'm wrong, fine. But
Come here first, guys.
I just feel like we would have seen something already. And that's my opinion. I just feel like we would have. I know that it's, the universe is so huge, right? that is definitely like basically impossible for us to explore all of it, right? And there could be thousands of light years away. But I don't know. I just, in my opinion, I feel like we would have seen them by now.
I kind of feel like that too.
That's just my opinion.
What if they're so far away that their signal literally has not reached us yet? That's another possibility.
It can happen. But I just, again,
Do you say that because of your faith or just because what you believe?
No, not because of my faith. Because, I guess it's kind of contradicting, right? Because for me, it's like, oh, if I haven't seen it, then why? But the same thing, I can say the same thing about God that I actually believe in. So, I'm like shooting myself in the foot there, but I don't know. It's just what I think. I feel like if we would have, but yeah, it's just what I think. I don't know. Nothing else to add to that.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to even wrap your head around the concept itself. Because at one point in time, I didn't believe it. I was like, no, same
Aliens?
concept. Yeah. And even as a kid, watching like things like Star Trek, Star Wars, they fascinated me. Outer space, sci-fi, fascinating for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I still couldn't bring myself to really believe that concept because I was like, oh, again, being brought up in the church and stuff like that. But then after really like reading a lot of things and trying to understand not just the vastness of the universe, but how little we understand, I started realizing I was like, oh, hell no. There's so much out there. I mean, we're still trying to convince our own that the Earth is not flat. So it's like there's so much more that we have to understand.
By the way, this food is bomb.
Yeah, it is really good. I keep eating
So
it.
good.
Like so good. Did you try the Kobe?
I ate all of them by mistake. I took like 8 of them.
No,
out
you
here.
take yours and then we're sharing.
Yeah.
We have so much.
Yeah, we're gonna eat all of it.
Do you have more than that? I'm just kidding.
We're gonna eat all of it.
And some shrimp needs to go in the pot.
Shrimp.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for you to finish the other one.
Yeah, but yeah, aliens are a touchy one because some people do, some people don't. Some people believe in it so like with such fervor and such commitment that it's like no, it becomes again like you said part of their identity and they go down that rabbit hole. But
Yeah.
I've actually met people like that. Should have just given them a tinfoil hat.
Maybe let's talk about the one that I think you're wilding about.
The mattress firm?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's become so crazy for this one. Like, it's the most outlandish thing he's ever heard. I don't know if you heard about the mattress firm conspiracy, but it's just like, I don't know about the whole country, but at least here in New Jersey, there are so many mattress firms. So many. Like, almost as many Dunkins, I feel like there's a mattress store.
Right next to a Dunkin'
And
is a mattress firm.
the conspiracy is that mattress firm is like a money laundering thing, and they're using, I don't know who, the mafia.
Don't come after us,
Please.
This is not the family.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. I will continue going to you. I'm just kidding. I go to Bob's. I'm just kidding. I don't go to anything.
How many mattress stores can one state need? Like, a mattress isn't something that you're buying every year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, it's true. And then
that one I kind of believe.
and the stores are always empty.
And
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I
not sold.
don't see people buying. Like, I really don't. So that's why when you told me that conspiracy theory and you were like, oh, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I don't think you're crazy. I don't believe it. There was another one. Again, they'll come after us, okay? Anyway, Wayfair. Wayfair was another one. Selling
Like sex
shit
trafficking?
for like, selling shit for like, sex trafficking. Selling like, let's say like a bookshelf for like a ridiculous amount, like $9,000 or whatever. And it gets sold.
You think that
Where's all the brisket that was just cooking?
We took it out. Took it out.
Oh, I
You
want
want
some.
some?
Yeah, I want some crispy.
you got it right there?
No, but this was cooked in the soup.
Oh.
And that's what they were showing.
Oh, I thought Chris was taking them all. And then I ate the only one that I put over here.
What?
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Because people were coming up with that. And you know the internet. The internet is ruthless. Love it sometimes.
So I
You
mean,
can hear my chewing. Can
Listen.
you hear my chewing?
No, definitely. Yeah,
You can hear mine too. I don't care. So
Anyway.
it's not that okay. It's, I don't see it as impossible, right? As like, oh, mattress firm being a money laundering place. All right, do you see this? All right, I want this. This was on camera, okay?
Wait, what?
This was on camera.
Wow.
Caught on camera. Caught on 4K.
4K. This is
So,
1080p.
Brielle, right? So, I'm Spanish, obviously, right? I'm Puerto Rican.
Are you?
and so sometimes I think in Spanish, and then my words come out in English, right? So that's just, I translate in English. That's just how my brain thinks, or my brain works. So when I say a word, sometimes it doesn't come out right, and it comes out like weird. I don't know. I say it, I mispronounce it, whatever it is. And this one always laughs. She always makes fun of me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not
That's a
laughing at
conspiracy
you.
theory.
Yeah, what are you laughing with me? I wasn't laughing.
It's so cute. I love it. Like he said before, instead of saying money, he said money.
Because I was thinking
cute.
about not messing up money laundering, and then I
Yeah, you
said
put it-
money
Manny laundering.
yeah.
Money,
I just
money.
messed it up.
It's just cute. And
It's
then
hard. Listen, English is hard, all right?
I hate English sometimes. I kind of do. I gotta know both languages, and I'm like, Spanish is a little better. That's
So-
a conspiracy. Brielle's trying to steal your happiness. She's laughing at you.
Long story short, yeah, I don't believe it's true. I don't believe that mattress firm. It's money laundering plan. But it could be.
No.
I don't know. Oh, you know what I was reading today? Because I was kind of trying to prepare for the podcast too, and like think of one for like topic for the
Oh, like a conspiracy theory?
conspiracy theory.
I
Yeah.
got plenty, trust me.
You know, have you heard the one for the planes? You know that the condensation, the water condensation, like film that they leave, the trace that they leave behind, like the smoke kind of looking thing they leave
Oh,
behind.
from the airplanes?
From the
Oh,
airplane?
yeah, chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
I was looking
Yeah.
for it. I was like, "Where's that? Where's that name?"
Chemtrails. So I was reading into that, and people believe that that's just like a way that either the government or something, it's like throwing things in the air to either like
Population control. That's what they keep saying.
yeah, stuff like that. What do you think about that?
That is. I just keep saying it. Like, not everything can be a conspiracy, because then again, who are these freaking people that are spraying these things with airplanes or
The
whatever?
elite.
Who are these
The
elite?
Pope. Let me shut up before I anger some Catholics.
Is it the Illuminati?
Is the Illuminati. Beyonce's the queen.
Do you believe
Love
in
to have
the?
you
Do
on
you
the
believe in
podcast,
No.
jumping from conspiracy?
Like
You could
rapid
go all
fire.
day. You really
I
can.
know.
Because they're all tied to each other.
They
Do
all
you
try to
believe in the
Illuminati.
Illuminati?
Yes.
You do, baby?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Isn't that like proven that they're real? Or?
Well, yeah, there's some like symbolism and stuff like that, but I think it's gotten out of hand in terms of like the involvement and what they do and stuff like that. Or at least from what I have understood.
Wait,
It's
so
not like they're
you don't
gonna-
think? Do you think that the Illuminati is like a devil worship based organization?
I have to say I don't know. And I would have to say that just like any other organization, there could be individuals, even within a Christian or Catholic establishment, that actually are innately worshiping the devil. You know, so I don't know. All
Yeah,
know
like
is
I
that
don't
the
think that's the
organization
basis
exists.
of their like
Yeah,
who they
belief.
are.
Yeah.
But
But I don't doubt it. I mean, there's Christians out there that believe they're Wiccans and witches, and then there's Wiccans that, you know, believe in Satan. And it's just weird. It's just weird. There's so many different beliefs out there. But do I believe that there's probably this organized religion of people that somehow have each other's backs and do all these weird things? Yeah. I mean, as humans, what do you think? Like, all the top dogs and the acting industry or singing industry or whatever, that they don't have social ties with other people, and that those people or one of those people don't have some sort of evil intention behind what they're doing, and therefore they influence the other people in the industry. This stuff happens. Like, people follow other people. Humans are social creatures, you know. People can be convinced. You know, you don't have to go that far back in our history to see that. You know, how is it that Hitler was able to just convince so many damn people to do things? So it's like, I'm convinced that there's a set group of people out there that might be doing something kind of sketch, and obviously no one else knows about it. You know, it's just not mainstream enough.
That's scary.
Yeah, right? Think about it for 2 seconds.
Scary.
It's like, you know, and then to what extent do we know? We barely know anything. You know, we're like I said before, we're just kind of the common folk. You know, we don't know what they know. Coincidentally, I was actually listening to a podcast that Joe Rogan gave recently or whatnot. I forgot with who, but he was talking on how fucked and how messed up celebrities' brains and stuff and people that grow up in fame and riches really are. They have this complex, this weird kind of like, you know, they're not us type of thing. And that's because they haven't gone through certain things and certain hardships and have to develop some sort of character to withstand turbulent times.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that one of them has slipped through the cracks and started making all the other weirdos come out, you know, and doing weird things. And we've seen plenty of symbolism from the Illuminati and stuff like that in places, so I'm pretty sure it has to be prevalent. Think about it. There has to be a group of people, like, when you really think about it, there has to be a group of people, like, in the whole world of, you know, celebrities and all that fun stuff. It's like, oh, if you join us, you are gonna get famous. There is.
So people think that, like, every celebrity, like, has to sell their soul to get where they are.
I wouldn't say.
I don't
wouldn't
believe
say
in that one. That one I don't believe in. There's just people that are just naturally talented, that just have that it factor, right, and become famous. I don't know. I don't believe in that one. I think there might be some, right, that maybe have done something like that and gotten to that point, but I don't believe that every celebrity, every person that is famous has sold their life to the devil. I
don't believe in that either. Just because, like, every single, this goes back to what you said, bro. It's like every single one of them. Nah, come on. Yeah. There has to be one or two individuals out there that truly have, you know, the utmost talent, and they haven't really done anything funky to get up there. You know, I can't name names because I don't know those people, and I don't keep up with that, and only God knows what they do behind closed doors, obviously. But there has to be one of them out there. One good artist that's just like, no, I'm not gonna do what you guys want me to do. You know, I'm gonna do my own thing.
We have a lot of food here.
It's good. Let's keep eating.
I'm trying to do a good job with, like, keeping things in rotation.
It's working.
I think I'm doing decent.
You're doing great. I would like more dumplings.
Dumplings? Okay, what else?
Tofu.
Oh yeah, we haven't done a lot of tofu.
The spinach is good.
It's $12.99 for the dumpling.
Alright, so dumpling, spinach, okay.
And a water.
Alright, and you guys keep talking about bring another.
Which one are we, what do we do next? There's so many, Brio.
What's one?
There's the, oh my god, this is gonna sound so weird. But there's this theory where that the entire universe can be boiled down to a specific mathematical formula or a set of mathematical formulas.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
No, come on. There's like, when you've never heard of that theory of fractals where it's like a formula that feeds in itself and it's infinite.
Yeah, I do remember learning about that. But no, like we're too complex for that.
But
like humans, we
if
couldn't have come from that. No.
You don't think so? I mean,
no.
if things are zeros, ones, on and off, well, there's obviously different states of matter and stuff like that. Couldn't it be reasonably assumed that maybe we are just a compilation of that? Or we just...
Wait, so what? I missed that. What was the?
There's this weird theory that basically states that things could be explained with like math, right? So the entire universe, everything's a fractal, right? Meaning everything can be explained with a base formula or a set of base formulas, right?
Okay.
So, remember that unlimited kind of like weird, trippy application that I showed you that has like you move it around and just
Oh
zoom in?
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's based off of. So the theory states that you can explain most of life if you had enough knowledge or if you knew the exact formula or set of formulas.
So you're saying that every human is not smart enough to...
Not that they're not smart enough. Is that we don't know that. We just don't know enough about the universe, math, and all this fun stuff. But that everything could eventually be boiled down to just one simple type of formula. Like we don't know that formula, but everything could be explained mathematically.
And you think, do these people think that we could get there? We could get to the point of understanding it all?
I think some of them do, yeah. You go
That
down
would be-
you go down the rabbit hole, and then it's like you find people that are convinced
Mm.
that eventually we're going to find and understand things better through math, through finding formulas and patterns where there are none.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. I
Yeah.
don't know about that one.
How about the multiverse theory?
No.
Like
No,
we exist.
In
there's
other
multiple
places.
dimensions. It's not like we exist.
No, it's like another
There's like another us
us, yeah.
or another.
No, that's for superhero movies.
Damn,
That's actually
like,
Marvel, so...
That's not
sorry. Well, what? All right, sure. Maybe we can't see it or whatever. But if we're saying there's so many things out there that we don't know, what if there really is that multiple instances, multiple possibilities, and how we act? I always tell people, I was like, it's not that far fetched. How we act in scenarios dictate where a particular path goes. So you can, in essence, influence and jump from scenario to scenario. The multiverse theory just basically suggests that different universes, different effects, different things. And within those different universes are all the different scenarios that your life could possibly go through.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people, if your decision influences, what makes you think that there's not some other version out there that would have gone down some weird path? And I don't know. I always think
about.
just imagine.
You know what I'm noticing right now?
What?
But the whole time, Braille's probably gonna be covered by the smoke.
I'm just in the flame.
Braille's just a ghost in the back. It's like a mythical creature in the back.
I like it's like my vibe.
Brielle's like Illuminati.
Sorry, man. I
It
didn't
fits
notice
the
that.
vibe.
We didn't think for
I'm looking at it right now.
We didn't think scissors.
Do you think you can see the smoke?
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Probably. We'll see it in the recording.
100%.
It's definitely covering her for sure.
Manny, edit it out.
Edit the
I'm
smoke out.
Oh my god.
I'm horrible.
That's okay.
How about
I think that was like the only one that I really, because I was trying to read into like conspiracy theories, and there's just so many of them that I just don't believe. That I didn't really. The only one that I saw was the airplane one that I could be like, maybe. I don't know what else. Oh, look, that's like gonna be bacon right there.
the Mandela effect.
Oh, but is that a conspiracy theory?
It's in the same family.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the same family of outlandish ideas where it's like we're in different. How is that?
But I feel like it's just
I was
true.
gonna say,
It just
'cause, like,
happens.
Is it that it?
I'm like confused too. It's like,
So, like the big popular.
What's the definition of a Mandela effect?
So the popular example of a Mandela effect is the Berenstain Bears thing, right? What was it that the way that it was spelled? Like some people
I'll give
think.
you a better one.
Oh,
The Monopoly guy, right?
Yeah, the monocle.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
the glass or the,
Yeah.
the monocle.
the monocle.
Does he or does he not?
He doesn't.
He
not.
doesn't,
He doesn't,
but
yeah.
People remember him.
So-
Yeah, I
Did he
answered this
actually
incorrectly
have it?
In the past before. I thought that he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
so
that he
I think
did.
the meat is done. Did he actually have it, or was it changed over time and now they're trying to get us to
Oh,
believe?
so that's what I was asking. That's the
Oh,
conspiracy.
well, that's part. There's
Is that the
another.
conspiracy?
Well, I think
Oh,
that's like another
You're
version of it, I
interesting,
guess.
really.
The other, the original one, I believe, was we live across these it directly ties back to like multiverse and dimensions. We live across these dimensions and we don't realize it because our brains are not capable of realizing those types of, different existence, pains or whatever, You know how they're 3D pain, 2D pain, all that fun stuff. It's very difficult to understand. But they're saying that we're consistently shifting between and we just don't realize it. And therefore some of us remember certain things, some of us don't. Some of us remember it the same, some of us don't. Psychologists have explained this, believe it or not.
Wait, is that not to interrupt you, but is that what we think is
Deja vu.
Deja vu? Is that in the same?
Deja vu's another one that's supposedly it's within the same conspiracy realm of things where it's like, all right, they say that it's your brain trying to catch up or something. There's a scientific explanation, whatever. But the other explanation is you did or you have jumped to those potential scenarios in the past and you have lived them. Right? And therefore at that you're remembering that and you're realizing that. And you're just enacting at that point in time, realizing what you may or may not have to do at that point in time.
That's crazy for me. No.
Have you ever had deja vu?
Of course.
It is
It's because
for
you
me,
stand there and you're just like, we have done this before. This has happened before. Exactly this. Yeah, it's weird.
No, I honestly, I've had it so intense sometimes where and people say, well, obviously this is bad. It's like, but I convinced myself that this happened before. And if it didn't happen before, then my brain knew something that I didn't. Consciously.
But you know what? I've never had deja vu to the point where I'm like, oh wait, this happened, and then I'm like, oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen next.
I've had it like that.
Oh no.
I've never had it at that point.
No.
I've had it where it's just like, oh, this happened, and then now it's just like a fog. Yeah, it's like, okay, now we're just back.
I've
into
had
that.
it where it happens, and then it's like, for me, I'm like, oh my god, like what in the hell? And
wait, so have you been like had it and somebody's like about to say something, you're like start talking with them and saying the exact same thing they're about to say?
There's been instances, believe it or not, well, again, it doesn't really matter. There's been instances where someone comes to like my house or they want to visit, they want to talk, and before they actually tell me or something about it, I tell them, I'm like, I've this moment has happened before, and you want to talk to me about XYZ, like it's not necessarily like spot on, but like it's happened where it's like you want to talk about your family to me, something happened with your family, and and I've had my friends be like, what in the, and I was just like, it's just a deja vu. I don't know, a good guess.
But do you think that that's deja vu, or do you think that's something with like, I don't know, it's so soft that it comes apart?
I like to think,
or that's something like spiritual.
I like to think, or this is how I interpret it at least, because you have to use as much wisdom as possible when interpreting these things. I just think that outside of the realm of religion or spirituality, the only logical explanation is that my brain perceives things subconsciously, right? Whether or not my friend mentioned something about their family a couple months ago that they were having trouble and I simply do not remember, or whether or not I met their family and I thought that they could be trouble in some sort of scenario, and that person fits the criteria to be in that scenario. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so better question is,
do I believe it's spiritual?
Have you ever believed that experience was actually lived before?
Actually lived? No.
Okay.
But do I believe that the experience somehow manifested itself in my brain? Yes. And that's because, well, you guys know this a lot. My brain thinks it like that. It's like my brain, there's no constant. It's always like this scenario, this scenario, this scenario, this scenario, this scenario, this, and it keeps assigning like weird like percentage of probabilities or whatever. Slowly but surely things shift and different possibilities become more evident or whatever. And that's it. I just think it's my brain doing things that I simply don't comprehend sometimes. That's the only way I can describe it, because it's like there's just, how else Did I relive it? No, because I think I would have been consciously aware, right?
Mm.
Did I dream it? No, because it wouldn't be as vivid as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing is to have dreamed something, to be like, oh, like I saw it in my dreams, or it looks like my dreams. Another thing is to have deja vu, and you guys basically said it's like, it hits you. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're like, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, baby? Do you think, have you ever had it in a point where you thought that, okay, I've lived this before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how you think. You don't think it's like no.
It's just like I can't explain it. I don't know what that feeling is because it
Yeah.
happens. It's like you're like, we did exactly this. That
Yeah.
person did that, and then I reacted that way, and while we were watching this movie, like,
Yeah.
and it's just weird.
But do you believe it was something that you lived in the past?
Deep down, no.
Yeah. So what do you think it is?
I just think it's just, I don't know, a trick of the
Something
brain.
that you
I
just
don't
don't
know.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm at the same thing with Brio. Like I think it's just something that I don't understand and I wouldn't be able to, but it definitely, I saw it before. Like I've seen this. It happened.
Yeah, I know they say like oh yeah, it's tricks to the brain, but you honestly, and I'm gonna say something crazy, but honestly, I like to think that I have a decently firm grip on this conscious portion of our world. So I like to think that I would remember if it actually really did happen. So it was like, but at that very moment, I almost convinced myself that I did. That's the funny part. It's not until I shake it off afterward that I start telling myself, you know what? No, you didn't live it. It was just something else. You knew what was happening, but you didn't live it.
Mm-hmm.
You knew it was coming though, but you haven't lived it. So that's where the confusion for me comes into play. And I kind of just leave it at that. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I haven't lived it. And it's for somehow I've seen it, but I haven't lived it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, I'm just going to leave it right there. Just, it's too much. And it's it for me.
I'm
It's
kind of, no,
overwhelming
but
feeling.
I'm kind of the same. I feel like with things that I don't understand, I kind of don't really explore much of it because I feel like it's almost a waste of time. It's just what I think, in my opinion. So it's hard to be like, to dive deep into going into like when a random thought like that happens, that it's something that I feel like we lived in the past. I don't have that like excitement of being like, oh my god, now I gotta like go and meditate to go and like try to go and figure out where this came from, and like, you know, like it's not that deep for me.
Yeah. For me, it's like, I can't say a deja vu experience has made me go meditate, but yes, I've thought about it during meditation because I wanna see. I'm like, well, what is that? Like, if I can't explain scientifically, like I said, they've found explanations, but it's like, all right, beyond that, it's like, why though?
Yeah.
What's going on? And that's how I arrived at my conclusion. I was like, I highly doubt I've lived it before, but my brain knows something I don't.
Could have been a similar moment in the past.
Yeah, something similar, but yeah, it's hard, right? Because I'm like, as much as I want to be like, I've never lived it ever. At that moment, it truly feels like you did.
Like for
it truly
anyone
feels
that's
like
experienced that, knows
Yeah.
It's
exactly
like
what you're talking
upsetting to me.
about. Yeah, it is, because you're like, why can't I put my finger on it?
For me, it's never upsetting. It's upsetting. You get upset when that happens?
Yeah, because I'm like, this is unbelievable how this has happened before, but no, everyone else around you is gonna be like,
You're
no,
crazy.
you weirdo.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm not crying about it, but
Yeah.
I would be
it's like,
crying.
ugh.
How cool would it be if two people at the same time
That
had
would be
deja
scary.
vu?
Then I would get scared.
Like, I feel like that would like make, I would make me a little bit scared too. But I would be like, and Chris would be like, and I was like, no way. Did you just like feel what I just felt? Did you just? That would be crazy. I feel like that would creep me out.
I would creep me out, and then I'd probably lock myself in a room for like a good 24 hours.
With that person or without that person, you have to figure out what
I don't
happened.
know, we need to collaborate.
Yeah, we need to pull ourselves out of this mess. Where are we?
We're not, first of all, we're
What
not
do you
talking
know?
about this to anybody.
He's like, no.
No.
They're gonna call us brujos. Like, no. No, that's a good one though. The whole deja vu thing.
Yeah.
Some people believe weird things, some people don't.
What's another one, baby?
More shrimp?
Okay. I always wait until you like finish because you take so
Oh, here,
long.
take
Well, I
mine.
let them cool down because I
Take
don't want
mine.
it to be.
Little yaki.
No, eat those, Chris.
Eat
Oh, I
them.
don't like eating them when they have the eyeballs on them.
Just take it off.
Oh
I don't
my.
like touching the eyeballs and the tentacles. and stuff.
Chris doesn't like touching the eyeballs of who are you?
I don't know, that's like one thing.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Wow.
I can eat them, but they're not my preferred. It's like I see the meat and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to break this thingy
That's
apart.
fun. Can you put some more of that in
And then,
the grill?
and then on top of that, I look at them and they remind me of my little dog.
Little
To
Justin.
insert a picture.
Chris's
of
little
the-
dog.
yeah.
I'll try to remember to insert it there somewhere or tell Manny to insert it.
My little blind dog.
He thinks that he looks like a shrimp.
He does this
He
with
He kind of
does.
does. Though. He really does.
time thing. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? It's him against the world. If the whole world were relying on him to press a button, I think we would.
We're dead.
All right, so let's talk about one more, because we got time for one more quickly. One more. Did you have another one in mind that you want to talk about?
I can't think of one.
What about you?
I have plenty. What do you guys like? Well, choose a topic. Choose like something you're interested in. The church. We can go into that one. The Vatican's hiding shit from us.
No.
The what?
The Vatican.
I don't have.
The Vatican's hiding all the stuff from us. How about that one where there's like additional books of the Bible, for example, that have not been published within the yeah. Have you read about that one?
Oh, because they've been like things that have been found, like dug up or something.
Correct,
It's like an extra book or something that we've never heard about.
Something like that.
I've read about that somewhere, but not deep enough where I could I guess comment on it. But what is it? What is it? Have they found like actual physical proof of?
Yeah. There's plenty, and there's a couple of instances or a couple of examples. I don't know the exact name of them.
And was it like a book, like a name? You know, how should I say?
Yeah,
it?
it's like a straight up like a manuscript. Like someone wrote it. It's almost like if they found.
No, but I'm
the
saying like,
Bible.
was it like like we have like Proverbs, Genesis, like stuff like that? Did it
Yeah,
say like?
I don't remember the name. I think there's a name to it though. There's whatever book it is. Yeah, there's names to them.
Okay.
And it's interesting because when you look at the history, when they found it, blah 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 blah, and then you look at what happened, there's always like an authoritative figure up top that chooses to either A, adopt it or B, exclude it. And it's like the whole theory or conspiracy is that there are people that are obviously curating religion to exclude these things so people don't exactly know.
No.
You don't think so?
No. There have to be some things that are just, they just are. Like, I don't want to believe that one.
So what do you think are those things that they found? Do you think they're just things that people just dug, like put there as a troll?
Like as a dud, it's like, hey, I wrote this manuscript for troll purposes.
No. I don't know.
I honestly think, well, I have two sides of me. This is where it's split. Is it possible? Sure.
Yeah.
But then the other side of me is like, all right, there are so many people and so many things that came before us that we simply don't know. If this book is a troll, which could be possible, this person probably was just honestly just writing it just to see if they can get their name out there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of these books are wild. Like I've read some of the I guess you could say the outlandish theories and stuff like that. But some of these books explain the whole ethereal realm, whatever, angels, very specific things where it's like, all right, it just takes the Bible's story and the Bible's lore that much farther. And I think that's why people are so ridiculously interested. But,
Heck
like
yeah.
I said, someone someone probably was like, hey, there's this whole biblical story, there's this Jesus thing. let me just pretend like I'm an authoritative figure, and let me just, you know, let me just make something that sounds like it's of the Bible, but it's not.
Oopsie.
You know, could it be? I think that's possible.
I think there's definitely things out there that people create for their own benefit.
Yeah.
Either to get their name out there or to make some type of money or whatever it is. What those things are,
Who knows?
I have no idea. But I think we're gonna end it with that. I think,
We
yeah, we'll keep eating obviously after this.
Why? I'm just kidding.
No, I think we kind of like hit every topic that Brielle wanted to talk about, and this is the point of the podcast for me. It's super cool for me to have something that someone else wants to bring an idea and speak about, and we hit every point that they want to talk about. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about in terms of the conspiracy theories? I know there's like thousands of them, but you know.
They're good. We could do a part 2. How about we do a part 2?
We could do a part 2
For my
eventually.
next appearance.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
we gonna eat next?
Well, I don't know if we're gonna do a mukbang every time. I feel like this is like very exhausting.
It's elaborate.
and it takes
It's elaborate.
away from the conversation. I feel like a little
I
bit.
don't
So
think it does.
at least for me, but thanks Brielle for joining us as our first guest.
Yay.
I hope that you had fun. Did you enjoy it?
I had so much fun,
Yeah.
and I can't wait for part 2.
Yes.
Cool.
Finally.
So
Now we can
again,
eat
thanks
more.
everybody for watching, hearing us, whatever it is that you, however you're listening to us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.
Deuces.
Bye.